It's 8:30. Good morning. I'm Ian Crouch with Hunter News. Residents groups will meet tonight to discuss the next step in their campaign to have an ammonium nitrate stockpile relocated from Kooragang Island. Orica stores up to 12,000 tonnes of the chemical at the site, 4 times the amount involved in last week's deadly Beirut explosion. The company says it complies with strict handling and storage guidelines. But Keith Craig from the Stockton Action Group says residents remain concerned about the risk and have launched a petition which has attracted more than 2,500 signatures in 48 hours.
We've got good regulations and the possibility is low, but if it ever did happen, it's catastrophic, so it really puts it at a risk that's just not acceptable to the community.
The Police Association says it will be keeping a close eye on a trial of relaxed liquor laws in Newcastle, which is due to start in October. 7 small bars and some restaurants will be allowed to stay open longer and serve cocktails beyond 10 p.m. The association remains opposed to easing liquor restrictions, saying they've dramatically cut the rate of alcohol-fuelled violence in the city. The trial will go ahead subject to planning approval and COVID-19 restrictions. There are more than 11,000 children at serious risk of harm in the Hunter, and new data shows only 28% are being met with a caseworker. These statistics have prompted Labor to call on the state government and explain why the department is short $140 million. Shadow Minister for Children and Family Services Penny Sharp says these reports point towards a serious barrier to caring for the most vulnerable.
Recently also been an Auditor General's report that was scathing of the Department of Communities and Justice and said that the government's flagship program called Their Futures Matter, which is supposed to turn around the numbers and support kids in out-of-home care, had been a failure.
The company behind a Beresfield chicken processing plant is facing a fine of up to $1 million after being found guilty of breaching its environmental licence over an ammonia leak. 11 workers were treated by paramedics and 9 taken to hospital after being exposed to the toxic fumes in June 2018. Barter Holdings faced the Land and Environment Court yesterday and was found guilty of failing to properly maintain a freezing unit which contributed to the ammonia leak. Mission Australia is calling for young people across the Hunter between 15 and 19 years old to help fill out this year's youth survey. Early results already show bushfires and COVID-19 as major issues concerning this year's youth, with the survey closing tomorrow night. Mission Australia's head researcher, Joe Fields, says they're looking to use the survey data to better support local youth.
Certainly lots of early indicators that young people are feeling COVID as a concern for them both personally and also for us as a nation. We know that mental health is going to be on the rise for this generation of young people. We're really keen to hear their ideas and to make some really clever policy asks.
Hunter Water says the region's water storage levels have seen some encouraging improvement, but it's still too early to consider lifting restrictions. Good rain over the past few weeks has seen dam levels increase beyond 80% capacity. Hunter Water says typical storage levels for this time of year should be around 85%. It will review restrictions next month, but will take a cautious approach ahead of warmer and drier weather.
2NURFM Sport.
Jets coach Carl Robinson will be making a few changes to the roster for tonight's clash against Wellington as he makes it clear he wants to win. Rookies Noah James and Lucas Morages will see play with Dimi Petratos and Abdil Arroyo back in action. Irish striker Roy O'Donovan says the team is putting its best foot forward.
Yeah, look, we want to finish as best we can. For ourselves, our own professional pride, the only way to kind of show people how good we are is go out and with a good result.
Beating Wellington will mean a clean sweep of the top 3 teams in the A-League. After being in the form of his career at 5'8", Knights utility Kurt Mann is filling in the void of hooker after a list of injuries. The 27-year-old played the full 80 minutes against the West Tigers last week, making 36 tackles and 59 attacking metres to help pull a 44-4 win. Mann says he doesn't believe in the hooker's curse as they host Manly at home. And Central Newcastle will likely lose winger Kyle Kingston for the rest of the year after he ruptured his Achilles tendon in last weekend's loss against Wests. And the winning numbers in Wednesday Lotto are 37, 30, 5, 40, 27 and 6, and the supplementaries are 3 and 36. 2NURFM News Time, 25 to 9.